Okay, so the mission of the organization, we don't really know. Just amending laws and meeting. Anything else you want to add?
Nope, nothing else for that one.
Okay. How would you describe the commitment level of the members of the organization? Just in general.
Honestly, I would say a lot of people stay even though they don't want to really be a part of it anymore, just so they can graduate and be alum and say that they did it. So, I mean, even if you don't like it, you stay. So I guess it's really high. But I don't think that's a good thing. Just to stay because you want to stay, but
Right.
commitment level is high. Commitment level towards, I guess, strengthening the organization, maybe not so high.
Let's see. Okay, if you were a member, what would have encouraged you to be more committed? Any, options or anything maybe that they have or that they don't have that would have been helpful? Or was it a lost cause? Because that's fine, too.
I'm gonna say, I don't want to say it was a lost cause, but I feel like it was a lot of inequality in the organization, just because there were, especially when we were voting for people, it was just like, this person is way more qualified than that person. Why are they getting, selected for that position just because they've been here longer, when clearly this person deserves the position? So, I mean, the inequality of it all just made me not really care anymore, but I wouldn't say it was a lost cause.
Right.
I feel like there could have been something done. What? Other than picking the people who are more qualified for stuff. Other than that, I can't think of anything else that would have encouraged me to stay more.
And do you think that was inequality based off of the length of time someone was there? Or was it off of other
Length of
factors?
time, popularity. I feel like anything where you're voting for someone, it ended up being a popularity contest, and partially based on qualifications. And that's not just in PSP, that's in other stuff too, but I feel like it was really strong in PSP.
I agree, definitely. So for this question, how would you describe the communication environment of the organization? Was it, this is kind of do you think that people felt free to express themselves, or was it were they scared to? Does that make sense?
Yeah. I don't think it was a good environment, honestly. I feel like a lot of people said stuff behind closed doors, or they would talk about it after the meeting or within the meeting, whispering. But I don't think anyone would ever raise their placard and say what they really wanted to say a lot of the time. Sometimes they would about different things that we were voting on or amending, but other stuff, I feel like they wouldn't.
Right, for sure. Ideally, what would the communication look like for the organization in a perfect world?
People would speak up when they know stuff is being done wrong. People wouldn't always just vote for something just because the majority of the organization was voting for it, or even when they said, is everybody in agreement with this, they wouldn't just, I don't know, put down their hand and just say whatever. Because I feel like a lot of people did that. If you didn't agree on it and they said consent, you would just be like, whatever, and let it go.
Right.
So ideally, I think if everyone spoke up for what they believed in, and yeah.
Okay, definitely. I agree with that as well. What would you, so in terms of the requirements, what would you consider to be the easiest requirements?
Showing up at meetings.
Okay. And what would be the hardest?
Going to so many different required events on top of schoolwork and on top of going to work in general. I think that especially when they would always split up the days and the times and the locations. Like, they weren't always so easy to go to, considering the other things that you had going on with
Right.
school and work and maybe other organizations.
Yeah, definitely. Did you feel comfortable expressing concerns or recommendations in the organization? This kind of goes along with what we were already talking about. But
Yeah, not just openly raise my placard, but if I talk to someone like privately, yeah.
okay. So, as far as, do you feel like anything would be done about the issue more in like maybe like more private opportunities or something along those lines?
I feel like it depends on the issue. Sometimes I feel like it would be brought to light, and then sometimes, depending on the issue, it would just be like, okay, it's already done, so there's nothing we can do about it. So I guess it really just depends on the issue at hand.
Okay. Okay. What about the initiation process? What are your thoughts on that? It's a handful, right?
Yes. From the perspective of like being in the organization or going through it.
From being in the organization.
From being in the organization. Well, I know this doesn't happen every year, but I didn't really like the way we did it this year, especially with our first interviews where we had them lined up like they're in an interrogation room. I didn't like that, and apparently they didn't like that either. I feel like it could have been way more personal, especially the way we all, I don't want to say pretend, but it's kind of an act how we all pretend to be all lovey and like a happy family. I feel like we should have at least made the interviews a little bit more personal than putting them out like that. But other than that, the actual like initiation process, I like how we did the sign-in sheet for the brothers too, because I feel like a lot of the brothers, especially the ones who are like leaving the next semesters, really didn't care about who was coming in and would be like, I'm not interviewing you.
Right.
As long as you get your 80% and I'm not included, we're totally fine. So I like how we have that. Well, how you guys have that.
You're still a we.
And,
Come on.
And you actually have to interview the initiates and get to know the initiates. I don't like how we close the meetings, because I know when I was an initiate, that's how I met a lot of the brothers past just going to the brothers meetings and the brothers events. Like, I met a lot of brothers during the initiate period time, whatever. So how we close that, I don't like that. Even though there were brothers in the back of the room on their laptops doing homework, like, we still have work to do. I didn't think that was a bad thing that they were doing their homework, but afterwards they would interact with us. So I wish we had kept that. And other than that, for the initiation process, the way we pick them, that's like, we do it all based on words. Like, we don't just picking them for the initiation process. It's just how they look, how they act, what they say, and that's it. When they could be nervous. Like, I remember seeing one girl up there, and she was just like about to bawl out crying.
That girl was like gonna cry.
Yes, and I was like, oh my god, I feel so bad for her. But I feel like she's not like this all the time, and that might make people think like, oh, she's a crybaby, we can't vote her in. So I feel like we should base like bringing people into the initiation process differently than just that interview. That can be really intimidating for them, and I don't know, it doesn't really say who they are as a person, because some people have really good interviewing skills and they'll say whatever they have to say to get in, and that might not be like how they are on a regular basis. Like, I remember with what's her name, Julie? Oh god, the stories I heard about her the semester after, I was just like,
it all came out afterwards.
Are you serious? Like, she wasn't that bad during my class, but that second time around, I heard she was just like, this is how it's gonna be ran, we're doing this, we're doing that, da, 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 da. So I feel like